this is Petra from cuddlystitchescraft.com. In this tutorial I'm going to show you 2 easy ways how to indent eyes on your Amigurumi toy. In this first method we will sculpt the eyes before finishing the head. Always start by inserting pins into the head first to make sure I am happy with where the eyes will go. And after that I insert the safety eyes in, and it really helps to use the other end of your hook or a wooden skewer to make the hole bigger, because it can sometimes be a bit tricky and fiddly to insert the safety eyes in. This is also important, so please remember that you don't want to put the safety bags on yet at this stage, because we will be taking them out again soon. Once the safety eyes are in, press the eyes down again just to make sure you are 100% happy with where they are. Now remove the left eye. Oh, and I forgot to say that you will need a yarn needle and will need to thread it with the same yarn you used when making the head. So take the needle and insert it into a stitch next to the left eye hole. It doesn't matter which stitch, as long as it is next to the eye hole. Now remove the right eye. There we go. Pull the needle through the head and insert it into a stitch next to the right eye hole. Again, it doesn't matter which stitch. Then pull on the yarn gently until the yarn tail is completely hidden. Then insert your needle into another stitch next to the right eye and go through the head with the needle again. Insert it into another stitch next to the left eye hole and pull gently until the yarn loop is completely gone. Now let's repeat this again. So insert the needle into a stitch next to the left eye hole, pull the needle through the head and come out through a stitch next to the right eye hole. So I will just let you watch what I'm doing here, but basically you just need to repeat these steps a few times, going back and forth between the 2 eye holes until you achieve the intended eye look you are after. And you will also notice that as I go along I pull on the yarn gently to start with, because I don't really want to pull the yarn out completely. But then I start pulling on the yarn tight each time I go through the head to make sure that the sculpting stays in place. Okay, so I think I am happy with this, so I am now going to pull the yarn through the back of the head and pull it tight one last time. Now I'm going to cut off the yarn. And as you can see, I have now created 2 eye sockets and I'm really happy with the way they look, so I will now go ahead and place the eyes back into the eye holes. I normally take out some of the stuffing. I mean, you don't really want to take all of it out, just enough so you can reach the eye holes from the inside of the head, so you can help yourself to insert the eyes in. So let's put the left one in. Okay, that's done. And now let's do the other one. Okay, so that's it. You can now put the safety bags on, restuff the head and continue crocheting the head. So let's move on to the second method. In this method, you will indent the eyes after your headpiece is completed. So insert the eyes, put safety bags on and then complete the head. And for this method you will again need to thread a yarn needle with the same yarn you used for making the head. Insert the needle into a stitch next to the left eye, pull the needle through the head and come out through a stitch next to the right eye. And just like in the first method, Pull on the yarn gently to hide the tail completely. Okay, so I think I would like to go slightly closer to the eye here, so I will go back into the stitch I just came out of, and I will come out through a different stitch that is closer to the eye. Okay, so now we need to go back and insert the needle into a stitch next to it. Okay, a bit of fluff always comes out. Okay, so insert it into a stitch next to it, pull the needle through the head and come out through a stitch next to the left eye. Okay, don't forget to pull on the yarn gently at this stage. So just like with the first method, you will go back and forth between the two eye holes while pulling on the yarn gently to start with and then pulling tight to create the indents. So again, I'll let you watch what I'm doing here, but it's very much similar to the first method. Okay, one thing that can be a bit fiddly about this method though is that sometimes, like you can see here, the safety bags can get in the way and I can't get the needle into the stitches. So what I do is, as you can see, I came out of a stitch that is a bit further away from the eye, and then I go back into the stitch and I come out through a stitch that is a bit closer to the eye, just like I did at the beginning of this method. And then just continue to go from one side to the other again a few more times. As you can see here again, I came out of a stitch a bit further away from the eye. So I'm just going back. I mean, this is a very easy way how to adjust which way you want to come out or go in. And the safety bags really do sometimes get in the way. Okay, don't be afraid to pull really tight at this stage. There we go. Okay, so I think this will do. It looks really nice. So I think I'm just going to cut the yarn off and then I'm going to have a look what it looks like again. Okay, so as you can see, you achieve pretty much the same result using both methods, but please let me know which method you prefer in the comments below. Thank you for watching.